This demo is to show some of TalkBack and Android accessibility framework features. This is the code that is in the GitHub. We have the starter activity and the final activity. In the main activity at the end, it will be like the final, and you could change it to starter to apply this exercise yourself. Let's go back to the starter. So this is a very simple UI that's showing a shopping cart with a couple of items and then asking you a question to confirm or cancel the order with some image buttons. Let's go to first demo how you should enable TalkBack. So we go to the settings and we just look for accessibility. As you can see here, if you have TalkBack installed, which should be automatically happened in the emulators that are by default in Android Studio, if you are using Android Studio. If not, then you should install it yourself. It is very simple to use TalkBack. You just activate it, you allow, and TalkBack will be automatically enabled. But this is sometimes not a very good feature because you have to go into the settings every single time. You could have like a very small shortcut that you could use to enable and disable accessibility. Another things in TalkBack that is very interesting, some couple of tips here around how I use TalkBack myself when I'm developing. Uh, Another very useful feature would be you go to advanced setting and then you go to developer setting and you display the speech output. This will, instead of like just using the voice, you could see the text of what TalkBack is saying, which is a very useful feature. Okay, now we are done with TalkBack. Let's run our app and see what does it give us. As you can see, you have a shopping cart, item one, the price, item two, the total, the question, which is, would you like to place the order, and then two buttons, the confirm and also the cancel buttons. Uh, Here, I didn't do anything specific for accessibility. I just left everything what was by default. I just like developed the app or like the UI view like I would develop it for someone who has eyes and can see and have no disability issues. Let's see how TalkBack react to this.
Talkback on. My application. Shopping cart.
So it's reading first shopping cart.
Item 1.
By the way, to you have to swipe left to go to the next item. As we can see here, it's just reading
$50.
every single item by itself.
Item 2. $100. Total. $150. Would you like to place the order? Unlabeled. Button. Double tap to activate. Unlabeled. Button. Detected. Text. X. Double tap to activate.
As you can see, the first thing is that this is like uh, too much views to go through for the user. It will take them forever to go through all this. It would be good if we could group some of these items in terms of accessibility instead of having to go through item one $50, item two $100, total is $150. The other thing as well is that we could see that the image buttons has no label, so the user does not even know
Unlabeled. Button.
what this button
Double
does
tap to
exactly.
activate. Unlabeled. Button. Detected. Text. X. Double tap to activate.
So let's start by fixing the first issue, which is uh, the no labeling. Uh, if you could look, if you look at the code in Android Studio, you would see that there is a warning here telling you that there's a missing at the content description, which means that the user is will not be able to know what is the content of that specific image button. So how do we fix that? It's simply we could just use content description, and I already have a confirmation string in here. that I should use for that. For the other button, we would do the same. We just like content description, and I have another string for cancel as well, which just says cancel if you go to the strings in here. Okay, let's run it again and see the effect.
Home. At a glance. View. My application. Shopping cart.
Shopping cart. Let's go to the other way around.
Off. Cancel. Button. Window My application. Double tap to activate. Confirm. Button. Double tap to activate.
Now that we added the content description, the user is capable of knowing what does this button exactly do when I tap on it. The other issue is still, we would like to, instead of like the user has to scroll through each one of these, which is very annoying, we would like to group all these, like item 1 through total, all in one single move. How do we do that? We will just have a linear layout that's grouping all these items. So basically in here we add a linear layout, and we make sure that this linear layout is grouping everything from item 1 to the total, because those are the things that we want to group. There you go. And then it's important to make the orientation as vertical, because by default is horizontal. And obviously this will not fix the issue. How do we fix it? We make this linear layout focusable. Once we do that, Android TalkBack will be able to tell that, oh, there is actually a grouping mechanism here, which means that I don't need to focus on each of those small texts or linear layouts, but only like on this guy. Let's see it in practice.
Home. My application. Shopping cart. Item 1. $50. Item 2. $100. Total. $150.
Here I made a small mistake. The height should be wrap content and total should be match parent. That's a mistake I made. That's why we don't see the rest of the screen anymore.
Shopping cart.
Okay, look now what's gonna happen. Oh, sorry.
Top. Item 1, $50. Item 2, $100. Total, $150.
Now the user is able to go quickly through the shopping cart because it just tells you the items and the price rather than going one by one.
Would you like to place the order? Confirm button. Double tap to activate. Cancel button. Double tap to activate.
And you could see how we could use those features to make it easier for our accessibility users to move quickly through the screen. Thank you.